Welcome back to our chilling series exploring the haunted corners of the United States, where history and horror intertwine in ways that defy explanation. In this fourth installment of Most Haunted Roads in America, we delve deeper into the shadows cast by ghostly legends, uncovering tales so spine-tingling they'll leave you questioning whether the open road is truly as free as it seems. From desolate stretches of asphalt winding through dense forests to lonely highways cutting across barren deserts, America's roads are more than just pathways. They're conduits for tragedy, mystery, and the supernatural. Haunted roads are unique among paranormal phenomena because they blur the line between the mundane and the macabre. These stretches of pavement bear witness to events that continue to reverberate through time: fatal accidents, unsolved disappearances, and spectral apparitions that refuse to fade into oblivion. Each road holds its own dark secrets, whispered through the hum of tires, flickering headlights, and disembodied voices carried on the wind. Whether you're drawn by morbid curiosity or an insatiable thirst for the supernatural, these destinations promise encounters that blur the line between reality and nightmare. In this episode, we'll journey to some of the most infamous haunted roads across America, places steeped in lore and fear, where the past refuses to stay buried. We'll peer into the shadowy depths of isolated mountain passes, explore eerie intersections cloaked in mystery, and tread cautiously along abandoned stretches of highway teeming with restless spirits. Along the way, we'll hear first-hand accounts from witnesses brave enough to confront the unknown, examine chilling evidence captured by paranormal investigators, and unravel the tragic histories that give rise to these hauntings. So dim the lights, keep your ears sharp, and prepare yourself for a descent into the macabre. As we step onto the haunted highways of America, remember, sometimes, the most terrifying truths lie just beyond the next curve, and once you cross it, there's no turning back. Route 666, the Devil's Highway stretching across the southwestern United States. Route 666 earned its ominous nickname not just for its numerical association with the devil, but for the countless chilling encounters reported by travelers who dared to traverse its desolate stretches. Known officially as U.S. Route 191 before being renamed due to public outcry over its satanic connotations, this infamous road cuts through remote landscapes of Utah, Colorado, and New Mexico, where ghostly legends and eerie phenomena have become part of local folklore. One of the most enduring tales tied to Route 666 involves a phantom hitchhiker said to appear on stormy nights near Cortez, Colorado. According to eyewitness accounts, drivers report seeing a young woman standing alone at the side of the road, her face obscured by a hooded cloak. Those who stop to offer assistance claim she vanishes without explanation moments after entering their vehicle, leaving behind only a faint scent of earth and rain. Some say the hitchhiker is the spirit of a girl who died in a car accident decades ago, forever wandering the road in search of help, or perhaps redemption. Another recurring phenomenon along Route 666 is the appearance of glowing red eyes in rearview mirrors. Travelers describe feeling an inexplicable sense of dread as they notice the eyes following them, growing brighter and closer with each passing mile. Attempts to outrun the entity often end in mechanical failure or sudden blackouts, leaving victims stranded in the pitch darkness. Locals believe the eyes belong to a malevolent force guarding the road, preying on those foolish enough to travel alone after sunset. The road's reputation for supernatural activity extends beyond sightings and apparitions. Drivers frequently report strange occurrences such as radios switching stations on their own, GPS devices malfunctioning, and headlights dimming despite fully charged batteries. Others claim to hear disembodied laughter or whispers emanating from empty seats, as though unseen passengers have joined them mid-journey. A particularly unsettling account comes from a truck driver who swore he felt cold hands gripping the steering wheel, forcing him off the road and into a ditch. When rescuers arrived hours later, they found his rig overturned, but no sign of the driver himself. Perhaps the most infamous stretch of Route 666 lies near Gallup, New Mexico, where reports of shadow vehicles have terrified motorists for generations. Witnesses describe seeing black cars or trucks speeding recklessly down the highway, weaving dangerously close before disappearing into thin air. Some theorize these phantom vehicles are remnants of fatal crashes that occurred along the road, while others attribute them to demonic entities intent on causing chaos. Regardless of the explanation, one thing remains clear: those who encounter the shadow vehicles rarely emerge unscathed, reporting symptoms ranging from panic attacks to unexplained injuries. Despite, or perhaps because of, its haunted reputation, Route 666 continues to attract thrill-seekers eager to test their courage against the unknown. Paranormal investigators armed with cameras, EMF detectors, and audio recorders flock to the road in hopes of capturing definitive proof of its supernatural inhabitants. Their findings often include EVP recordings of garbled voices uttering cryptic warnings like, "Turn back," or, "You shouldn't be here," as well as thermal images revealing humanoid figures lurking just out of sight. For those brave enough to venture onto the Devil's Highway, the possibility of encountering one of its tormented spirits adds an element of both fascination and terror. Yet, as each new traveler crosses its threshold, they must ask themselves, are they prepared to face the darkness that lingers within these miles of asphalt, or will they become another chapter in the road's macabre legacy? Clinton Road, New Jersey's gateway to the supernatural, nestled deep within the rugged hills of West Milford, New Jersey. Clinton Road has long been regarded as one of the most haunted roads in America, a twisting, two-lane artery surrounded by dense forests and shrouded in mystery. Spanning approximately 10 miles, this isolated stretch of pavement serves as a bridge between civilization and the unknown, its shadowy curves hiding secrets too sinister to ignore. From ghostly apparitions to cryptid sightings, Clinton Road is a veritable hotbed of paranormal activity, earning it a place in urban legends and cautionary tales alike. One of the most pervasive legends tied to Clinton Road revolves around the White Lady, a spectral figure said to haunt the area near Dead Man's Curve. According to local lore, the White Lady was a young woman who died tragically when her car plunged off the road into a nearby reservoir. Her spirit is said to wander the banks of the water, searching for her lost love, or perhaps vengeance. Motorists driving late at night report seeing a pale figure standing in the middle of the road, her arms outstretched as if pleading for help. Those who stop to investigate claim she vanishes into thin air, leaving behind only a lingering chill and the faint scent of wet soil. Another chilling phenomenon associated with Clinton Road is the presence of the Phantom Boy, a ghostly child rumored to appear near a dilapidated bridge spanning a small creek. Witnesses describe seeing a young boy tossing pebbles into the water, only to vanish when approached. Some believe the boy drowned in the creek decades ago, his spirit forever trapped in the act of play. Others claim he is a harbinger of doom, appearing to those destined for misfortune. One particularly unnerving account involves a family whose car stalled shortly after encountering the boy. Upon inspection, mechanics discovered inexplicable damage to the engine, as though it had been submerged in water. Adding to the road's haunted allure is the legend of the Devil's Swimming Hole, a secluded spot along the reservoir rumored to be a site of satanic rituals. Visitors have reported finding strange symbols carved into trees, animal carcasses arranged in ritualistic patterns, and even sightings of cloaked figures performing ceremonies under the cover of darkness. Local authorities dismiss these claims as urban myths, yet the sheer number of reports lends credence to the idea that something sinister lurks beneath the surface. Some speculate the swimming hole acts as a portal to another realm, attracting entities that feed on fear and despair. Despite, or perhaps because of, its haunted reputation, Clinton Road remains a popular destination for thrill-seekers and paranormal enthusiasts alike. Its secluded location and eerie atmosphere make it an ideal setting for ghost hunts and urban exploration. For those brave enough to traverse its winding path, the possibility of encountering the White Lady, Phantom Boy, or one of the countless other spirits said to roam its length adds an element of excitement and trepidation. Yet, as each new visitor steps onto the asphalt, they must decide whether they are ready to face the echoes of the past, or will they become another chapter in the road's haunting legacy. Aokigahara Forest Access Road, shadows beneath the trees. While technically located in Japan, the access road leading into Aokigahara Forest has gained notoriety worldwide due to its association with one of the most haunted locations on Earth. Nestled at the base of Mount Fuji, this dense woodland has long been a site of tragedy, drawing individuals seeking solitude, and sometimes death. The road itself, winding through towering cedar trees and volcanic rock formations, sets the stage for encounters that defy logic and reason, making it a fitting inclusion in our exploration of haunted roads. One of the most persistent legends tied to the access road involves the spirits of those who entered the forest never to return. Travelers report hearing faint cries for help emanating from the woods, though no one is visible. Some claim to see shadowy figures darting between the trees, their movements jerky and unnatural. Others describe feeling an overwhelming sense of dread as they approach certain bends in the road, as though unseen forces are urging them to turn back. Locals warn that these sensations are signs of the eerie, vengeful spirits bound to the forest by unresolved trauma or unfinished business. Another haunting figure associated with the access road is believed to be a young woman who took her own life within the forest's depths. Witnesses recount seeing a pale figure dressed in white walking slowly along the shoulder, her head bowed as though weighed down by sorrow. Drivers attempting to offer assistance claim she disappears without explanation, leaving behind only a faint scent of flowers. Some interpret her presence as a warning to those contemplating similar fates, while others believe she is merely lost, unable to find her way out of the labyrinthine woods. The road's isolation amplifies its eerie atmosphere, creating an environment ripe for paranoia and unease. Visitors describe strange occurrences such as car engines stalling unexpectedly, headlights dimming despite fully charged batteries, and GPS devices failing to provide accurate directions. Others report hearing disembodied footsteps crunching through leaves, as though someone, or something, is following them. A particularly unsettling account involves a tourist who swore he saw a man hanging from a tree near the roadside, only for the body to vanish when approached. Authorities later confirmed no suicides had been reported in the vicinity, leaving the incident unexplained. Paranormal investigators exploring the access road have documented numerous instances of unexplained phenomena. EMF detectors routinely spike in certain areas, particularly near intersections and rocky outcroppings. EVP recordings capture faint whispers pleading for help, interspersed with anguished cries. One investigator captured a chilling photograph of a translucent figure standing in the doorway of an abandoned cabin, its hands raised as if begging for mercy. These findings have solidified the road's reputation as one of the world's most active haunted sites. Despite, or perhaps because of, its grim history, the access road to Aokigahara Forest continues to attract curious souls eager to confront its spectral inhabitants. For many, visiting the site serves as both a pilgrimage and a reckoning, an opportunity to honor the lives lost and acknowledge the suffering endured within the forest's confines. Whether you're drawn by the allure of its haunting beauty or the weight of its tragic legacy, the road offers an unforgettable experience where the past refuses to fade quietly into oblivion. Bray Road, Wisconsin's beastly encounter zone. Deep in the rolling countryside of southeastern Wisconsin lies Bray Road, a seemingly ordinary stretch of rural highway that has become synonymous with one of America's most bizarre cryptid legends, the Beast of Bray Road. Stretching through the towns of Elkhorn and Whitewater, this desolate road is flanked by cornfields and wooded areas, providing ample cover for creatures both real and imagined. Over the years, Bray Road has gained a reputation as a hotspot for strange sightings and unexplained phenomena, earning it a place in the annals of paranormal lore. One of the earliest documented encounters with the Beast of Bray Road dates back to 1936, when a farmer claimed to have seen a large, wolf-like creature prowling near his livestock. Described as having the body of a bear and the head of a dog, the beast reportedly stood on its hind legs and emitted a guttural growl before disappearing into the woods. Decades later, similar reports began surfacing from motorists traveling along Bray Road, describing a bipedal creature covered in fur, with glowing red eyes and razor-sharp claws. Some witnesses claimed the beast attempted to leap onto their vehicles, scratching at windows and windshields before retreating into the darkness. The most famous account comes from Dory Stein Gibson, a resident of Elkhorn, who reported a harrowing encounter in 1989. Driving home late at night, Gibson noticed a strange figure standing in the middle of the road. Thinking it was a person in need of assistance, she slowed her car and rolled down her window. To her horror, the figure lunged at her vehicle, its clawed hands scraping against the glass. Panicked, Gibson sped away, only to discover deep gouges in the side of her car upon arriving home. Her story sparked widespread interest in Bray Road, prompting further investigations into the mysterious creature. Adding to the road's haunted allure are the countless sightings of otherworldly apparitions and unexplained phenomena. Travelers describe seeing ghostly figures darting across the road, their forms dissolving into mist when approached. Others report hearing disembodied howls echoing through the night, as though the forest itself is alive with unseen predators. A particularly chilling account involves a group of teenagers who swore they saw a pair of glowing red eyes staring at them from the tree line, accompanied by the sound of heavy breathing and snapping twigs. When they returned with flashlights, the area was empty, save for a set of massive paw prints leading into the woods. Paranormal investigators exploring Bray Road have captured compelling evidence of its supernatural activity. Thermal cameras reveal heat signatures consistent with large animals, though none native to the region match the descriptions provided by witnesses. Audio recordings pick up low-frequency growls and snarls, suggesting the presence of a predator stalking the area. One particularly unsettling discovery came when a team member set up motion-activated cameras overnight, capturing footage of a hulking figure moving on all fours before vanishing into the brush. Despite, or perhaps because of, its haunted reputation, Bray Road continues to attract curious souls eager to confront its spectral inhabitants. For many, visiting the site serves as both a challenge and a thrill, an opportunity to test their courage against the unknown. Whether you're drawn by the allure of its haunting beauty or the weight of its cryptid legacy, Bray Road offers an unforgettable experience where the line between myth and reality blurs, and the echoes of the past linger just beyond reach. As we traverse the haunted highways and byways of America, from the desolate stretches of Route 666 to the shadowy curves of Clinton Road, striking similarities emerge that transcend individual locations and histories. These patterns are not merely coincidental but reflect universal themes of human emotion, unresolved trauma, and the enduring power of memory. From the wailing woods of Bray Road to the shadowed intersections of Aokigahara's Access Road, these sites share a commonality that binds them together in a spectral sisterhood of sorrow and suspense. One recurring motif is the concept of unfinished business. Whether it's the victims of fatal accidents or the tormented spirits of those who met untimely ends, these entities seem tethered to the earthly realm by grievances left unaddressed. Their presence manifests as restless energy, often communicated through auditory phenomena, cries, whispers, or disembodied voices, that serve as pleas for acknowledgement or closure. This theme resonates across cultures and belief systems, reflecting humanity's innate need to resolve conflict and seek peace, even in death. Another shared characteristic is the role of geography in amplifying paranormal activity. Remote roads, with their winding paths, thick forests, and hidden alcoves, create environments conducive to isolating individuals and heightening fear. These structural elements act as metaphors for the psychological barriers erected by those who suffered within their confines, trapping emotions such as anger, despair, and regret. It's no coincidence that many reported hauntings occur in spaces imbued with emotional significance: bridges where lives were lost, intersections where accidents unfolded, or stretches of road where travelers vanished without a trace. Lighting and sensory manipulation also feature prominently in these narratives. Flickering headlights, sudden temperature drops, and inexplicable odors are staples of ghostly encounters, designed to disorient and unsettle. Such phenomena strip away the comfort of familiarity, forcing drivers to confront the unknown. The use of mirrors, a recurring element in stories from various haunted roads, adds another layer of psychological tension, as reflections distort perception and blur the boundary between self and other. This interplay of light and shadow becomes a tool wielded by unseen forces, creating moments of visceral terror that linger long after the initial shock subsides. Finally, the prevalence of historical context cannot be overstated. Each road's haunting is deeply rooted in its unique past, shaped by the socio-cultural milieu of its time. The brutal accidents embedded in the DNA of older highways contrast sharply with the glamorous yet tragic lives immortalized in urban legends. Yet both narratives tap into broader archetypes of ambition, betrayal, and mortality, ensuring their resonance with audiences regardless of personal experience. By drawing on these universal motifs, these haunted roads transform from mere pavement into living repositories of collective memory, inviting us to peer into the abyss of our shared humanity. Thus, while each road boasts its own distinct flavor of fright, the underlying threads connecting them reveal a tapestry rich with meaning. These patterns remind us that the supernatural is not so much about the entities themselves but the stories they tell, the echoes of lives interrupted, passions extinguished, and truths obscured. As we continue to explore these haunted locales, we find ourselves grappling not only with the specters of the past but with the timeless questions they raise about life, death, and everything in between. The psychology of fear. Why haunted roads captivate us? What is it about haunted roads that grips our imaginations so profoundly? Beyond the creaking floorboards and flickering lights lies a deeper allure, one rooted in the psychology of fear and the human fascination with the unknown. These stretches of pavement, by their very nature, are places of vulnerability. They are where we confront our mortality, stripped of autonomy and control, relying entirely on the expertise of others to guide us, or where justice was denied, leaving wounds that refuse to heal. When these spaces become haunted, they amplify our primal fears, transforming familiar settings into arenas of existential dread. The combination of historical context, geographical design, and the lingering presence of past suffering creates a perfect storm of terror that resonates deeply within us. The core of this captivation is the concept of liminality, the state of being on the threshold between two worlds. Haunted roads exist in this liminal space, bridging life and death, safety and danger, hope and despair. This inherent duality makes them fertile ground for supernatural narratives. Ghosts, as manifestations of unresolved trauma or unfinished business, embody the tension of being caught between states. They serve as reminders that the boundaries we construct, between life and afterlife, sanity and madness, are far more permeable than we'd like to believe. For many, traveling a haunted road feels like stepping into a twilight zone where the rules of reality no longer apply, igniting both curiosity and unease. Geographically, haunted roads contribute to this atmosphere of dread through their design. Long, desolate stretches lined with dense forests or barren landscapes create a sense of disorientation, while poor lighting and echoing acoustics heighten sensory awareness. These features mimic the psychological effects of anxiety and claustrophobia, making even mundane sounds, a distant howl, the hum of tires, feel ominous. The labyrinthine layouts of older roads, with their hidden turns and sudden drops, evoke feelings of entrapment and uncertainty. Every corner becomes a potential threat, every shadow a possible harbinger of danger. This environmental manipulation taps into our instinctual fight or flight response, keeping us perpetually on edge. Cultural influences also play a significant role in shaping our fascination with haunted roads. Media representations, from films like The Hills Have Eyes to television series such as Supernatural, have cemented the trope of the haunted highway or forest road as a locus of horror. These portrayals often blend historical truths with fictional embellishments, creating a mythology that blurs fact and fiction. Audiences are drawn to these stories because they reflect societal anxieties about isolation, systemic injustice, and the fragility of the human mind. Haunted roads become microcosms of larger fears, the loss of agency, the misuse of authority, and the haunting specter of mistakes made in the name of progress. Moreover, haunted roads appeal to our desire for catharsis. Engaging with these tales allows us to process our own fears about mortality, injustice, and the flaws inherent in systems meant to protect us. By confronting ghostly apparitions and unexplained phenomena, we externalize internal anxieties, transforming abstract fears into tangible adversaries. This vicarious experience provides a safe outlet for exploring the darker aspects of human existence, offering both thrill and relief. It's no wonder that ghost tours and paranormal investigations of haunted roads attract participants eager to test their courage against the unknown. Ultimately, the enduring allure of haunted roads lies in their ability to mirror our deepest fears while challenging our understanding of reality. They remind us that the past is never truly buried, that pain and injustice leave indelible marks on both people and places. As we drive their haunted lengths, we are forced to confront not only the spirits said to inhabit them but also the ghosts within ourselves, the regrets, doubts, and unanswered questions that linger long after the wounds have healed. In doing so, we find a strange comfort in knowing that we are not alone in our fears, that others have walked these same paths and emerged, shaken but alive, to tell their stories. As we bring this chilling journey through America's most haunted roads to a close, one thing becomes abundantly clear: the spirits of the past refuse to be silenced. Each creaking floorboard, each whispered name, and each fleeting shadow serves as a testament to lives lived, lost, and lingering in the spaces we dare to call haunted. These stories are more than mere campfire tales. They are fragments of history, stitched together by human emotion, tragedy, and the relentless passage of time. They remind us that the line between the living and the dead is far thinner than we might believe, and that sometimes, the most terrifying truths lie just beyond the veil. But why stop here? If these accounts have stirred something within you, a spark of curiosity, a shiver of excitement, I urge you to take the next step. Visit one of America's haunted roads yourself. Drive the same stretches where spirits are said to roam, stand at the intersections where history's echoes reverberate, and let the unknown brush against your senses. Whether you're a skeptic seeking proof or a believer eager to commune with the other side, these forsaken highways offer an unparalleled opportunity to confront the mysteries that lie just beyond comprehension. There's nothing quite like experiencing the weight of decades-old despair firsthand, feeling the chill of a presence that defies explanation, or hearing the faint strains of voices from another time. And when you return, share your story. Did you feel the icy touch of a ghostly hand? Hear the faint tap of footsteps in an empty corridor? Or perhaps nothing happened at all, but isn't that silence just as intriguing? Your experiences add to the rich tapestry of lore surrounding these haunted roads, ensuring their legacies endure for generations to come. Share your findings with fellow enthusiasts, document your journey, and keep the conversation alive. After all, every whisper contributes to the symphony of the supernatural. Until then, keep your lanterns lit and your courage steady. The spirits are waiting.